other people. I want to be that again. It's like a child who just goes out, wakes up in the morning, is like, I'm so excited about today. I don't know why, but I'm excited. It's like that's what we want to be again. And it takes work to get there because society is like, you can't just be happy. That's not what life is about. It's
And
hard.
that's not true.
Yeah.
Society doesn't know anything. So that's what society knows.
It's
They
true.
don't know anything. And guess what? Everybody, you turned your sandbox into a kitty litter. How's that feel?
I- And yeah, and turn off news, please.
What?
And turn off news.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you think this is going to take you? And where would you like to go? This new journey of yours.
I'm on my path. I feel I'm living my calling. I am
Just stay in the
probably
present moment and own it. That's it.
um I, I really don't know where it's going to take me, and so like
Good.
the making the most out of right now because that's all there is.
You know
If I'm
what?
gone tomorrow, I better damn have enjoyed this day.
Do you know where my story came from? My
No,
story
please.
was actually from the word mystery. My story comes from mystery. And if you can live your story with it being a mystery, you know, exciting you a lot and scaring you a little, then
Yeah.
that's the story everybody would like to write, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do you create mystery for you?
How do you create mystery? I
No,
think
I mean
that
you,
you have
Daryl.
to, huh?
I mean you,
Me?
Daryl. Like, how do you create mystery in your life?
Through risk. Every day I risk. Every day I pick something that scares me, but thrills me. Like when I get up in the morning, I do a half an hour of gratitude. Everything that I'm grateful for everything, and I go through it. And and then when I really think about what I want in my life, it's really exciting and it's a little bit scary, and but it's very exciting. And then I don't let nervousness or doubt get in the way of that, and I just push forward. And and I'll tell you, when I was in the health business, and then I left the health business for 10 years.
Mm.
So I came back after 10 years and I went, whoa, 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 wait a minute here. Because my website, because I was one of the first websites that when internet came,
Mm.
and that's how old I am. So the reality is when I left, my website was like in the top 100,000 of all the websites, and it was organic. And I came back 10 years later, and they go, no, you got to start all over like you've never done anything. And you got to start from scratch, and nobody even knows you, right? So I've been back for 12 years, and I said, well, I will in 10 years do what most people don't do in 40. And I did that. And now the next 10 years, I would like to, my next 10 years is try to create at least a billion smiles on people's faces. That's it. I really don't have anything else, because, at one time, I had millions. And then when I came back into business, 12 years ago, I was worth $2,200. So I'd lost it all to find myself. That's it. It was the most expensive training I ever had in my life, but it was the most important training. So this is where I am now. Yeah.
When you were talking, I was just thinking one thing I'd add because that you just inspired that thought in me, which is, what would I tell entrepreneurs? I would really say authenticity is the most important asset you have because that getting real, and that's also what I've always told clients when it's come to marketing. And like when the way you are in real life is exactly how you should be on the internet. Don't even think differently. Don't act differently. Be who you are in real life.
Yeah,
Always
I
be
get it,
that.
but that usually gets me into trouble. Okay. All
Well,
right.
maybe that's what it takes, Daryl.
Anyways, yeah. This is not
I'll
about me.
support
This is
you.
about you. Yeah. So you love your life?
I love my life. I love
No.
life in general. I just love being alive, and I don't intend to go very soon. There's a lot more to get out of it, I feel.
Oh yeah, yeah, there is, isn't there? You know what? I'm going to tell you, and I mean this in the best way, but I spend most of my day with people that believe the end of the world's coming or their end is already here. And I got to tell you, everyone, there's going to be some massive changes, but the end of the world is not coming. And you know what? Just put a slight smile on your face and keep it there. Connect to your breath, put your shoulders back, and go dust off your passion and purpose, okay? And watch how that changes. And don't work on the things that you've been made guilty about or made to feel like a little sinner. Just walk it out to the corner and put it in the garbage can and start right here. Everybody talks about, the eternal now. Well, that's it. That's the only place you can heal. It's the only place you can make a difference. It's the only place that you can fall in love with yourself. And that's it, is in the eternal now. And we've got a lot of them. What do you think?
What you said there is actually more scientific than people would probably realize, because there's an exact explanation for why it cannot be the end of everything. But when we psychologically are in fear or in pain, at the same time, we're constantly we're in also a place of, well, I wish things were like this. And that's called a manifestation, but also affirming something. And so while we're suffering, we're also in a state of creation. And that's why we're actually calling in our ideal reality while we're suffering. And that's so powerful when we understand that while we're in a negative place, we're actually already creating a positive place. And I think the fact that so much fear is now coming to the surface in humanity. I've experienced this over and over again with spiritual practices, coaching, working with any kind of teacher, spiritual, mental, emotional, psychological. When you go into a process of going to the next level of transformation, what happens is right before you let go, it's like it's darkest before dawn, all the fears come up that want to be released. And so I kind of see this as, the cream on the milk, but it's the fear. It's risen to the top, and now we're seeing all the ugly monsters come out, and we're seeing the truth of what's really going on behind the scenes in politics and whatever. And it's like we're just seeing what was there all along, but it's just visible. It's like I call it the cobra effect. It's like the cobra staring you at the face, wants to hypnotize you, and we're there staring the cobra in the face. We shouldn't be staring all of the negativity in the face. Like, focus on what you want, become really clear on what you want, and focus on that. Don't look at the cobra. Don't look at all the negativity. It's crumbling. You don't have to watch the complete crumbling process. You could say, okay, I know it's there. Okay, let me go back to focusing what I really want and what's enjoyable, at least half the time. And that would put people back, bring them back into a state of getting out of despair, because there's so much beauty in the world. I believe humanity is ultimately more good than negative. And so that's where we're headed.
Great. So what are you going to do? Make a master class for Food Forest Abundance and help people along emotionally too?
Thank you for this question. No,
Huh?
I won't. What I will do though is my calling is to design solutions that will allow a stage for people like you to be able to educate hundreds and thousands and millions and billions of people.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Because you know what? Yeah, there's nothing more powerful and nothing more beautiful than helping someone find themselves and change their life. And that's it. Yeah. The emotional chokehold has to be alleviated, hopefully sooner than later for the majority of the population. What would you like to leave everybody with?
Hope. Because I think I'm so involved with technology, I'm seeing a lot of innovation happening, and be aware of what you're focusing on, and understand that what you focus on is what you get more of. And that's as simple as just what we've learned through The Secret, which is the law of attraction. What you focus on, you get more of. So if you're feeling negative, think about, what are you consuming? The most important thing is, what are you consuming? And look at that, and just take a step